Let's talk about the difference between an assistance animal and a pet. In 2020, the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development established new guidelines regarding assistance animals in housing. It says that all animals that are not considered assistance animals are considered pets, and landlords can restrict pets in their housing. An assistant animal is an animal that works, performs a task, or provides assistance to a person with a disability. It can also be an animal that provides emotional assistance or alleviates an effect of someone's disability. When someone is renting housing, they should have a pet agreement that is included with the lease for a pet. But if it's an assistance animal, the landlord cannot include the pet agreement and cannot charge a fee for that animal. HUD recognizes 3 different kinds of assistance animals. Let's talk about those. Service animals in Texas are dogs trained for a needed task related to a disability. Service animals do not require written documentation. However, the landlord can ask, and I'm going to read this for you, is the animal required because of a disability, and what work or task has the animal been trained to perform? If the answer is yes, and work has been identified, you have to grant the tenant's request, and no further documentation is going to be required. Support animals or emotion animals or companion animals, however, do have to have written documentation from a medical provider. So let me tell you about that. A support animal can be not just a dog, but it could also be things like birds or hamsters. Most animals that you consider domesticated animals can be considered support animals. Monkeys and kangaroos cannot, and there are quite a few uncommon animals that are not usually household pets that cannot be considered support animals. You do have to have a healthcare professional write a letter that is going to say that this animal does provide emotional support to a person who needs it in order for it to be considered a valid assistance animal under the HUD guidelines. And the third type of assistance animal is going to be a unique animal, which is specifically trained to do tasks that a dog simply cannot. Something might be a specially trained monkey. In conclusion, certificates that you can print off the internet are no longer sufficient in order for you to get an emotional support animal approved for tenancy. You have to have written documentation from a medical provider. And if you don't, a landlord can deny you or make you pay a pet fee.